And this is my review of Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Chromia. Chromia is a motorcycle. I would not have this toy if I had not watched Shock Prime 98's review, so definitely subscribe to Shock Prime because he made me go out and buy a toy that I wasn't planning on getting. I was planning on getting the inevitable value pack when all 3 bikes came out. But oh well, I have her now, and I am very, very glad I bought her. Good review. Shock Prime. Very, very good. Anyway, nice motorcycle. Definitely looks as if it can pull some major stunts. It's got some Cybertronian symbols, an Autobot symbol on the seat, ball-jointed handlebar thingy. So if you want, it can be posed with some really cool handlebar over the motorcycle things. Just a really neat motorcycle. Rolls well, comes with a kickstand. And the nice thing is that they made this silver, which they normally wouldn't have done, I don't think. But I guess they decided to go ahead and do it anyway. She comes with this stand. You can either put it on right here. There's a little groove and slot here over the screw hole. And you can put it up and have it there in motorcycle mode if you like. I usually don't bother with it until I get to robot mode, but also if you want, you can, there's some little grooves right here on the pipes back here. So if you want, she can have an artillery attachment, which for some reason doesn't want to go on today. There we go. So she can have an artillery attachment. She's got a rocket launcher and a little Gatling gun back here. I usually don't bother with that. I think it looks silly. But it is neat that they made it do that. Transformation is out of the ordinary. You want to flip up the kickstand. And I usually start by pushing these flaps out. Those will form her shoulder pads in robot mode. Then you want to lift up the seat right here. Then you want to take this arm, bring it out to the side. Lift up this arm right here. This is her gigantic cannon. Then you want to flip that down. I didn't paint it. I took an orange Sharpie and a yellow Sharpie and just put orange on first, then put yellow on it so it looked a bit more like firepower. The missile didn't look too bad, clear, but whatever. I kind of liked it better when it looked like actual firepower. Then you want to, there's some little plastic rods here. Well, not rods, I guess, just suspenders that you want to flip that down, then flip that down. Then do the same over here. You kind of have to wiggle the wheel out in front of the handlebar support thing. Anyway, you want to flip those down, flip that down, flip out her head. She has a very, very nice head sculpt design. It really, really looks cool. It almost looks like she's smiling, at least to me, but that's only because they didn't fill in these gaps right on her cheeks here. It doesn't look, normally I would try and fill it in, but it looks nice enough that I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Then you want to plug these two halves together. Now, Shock Prime complained that this became really loose. Well, I can tell you that put a little super glue right here and right here, then just scrape it off a little with a glue. It holds together much, much more firmly. And I did have to super glue the head, but be careful with it because it's already starting to stress from where I had to put the head back on. It's on a very, very loose, flimsy piece of plastic. Anyway, then you want to flip that wheel up. Well, first you want to... Now, you can leave the seat like that if you want, but luckily the tabs that held the giant gun arm here, they're actually just the right size so that you can flip that in, then have it like that, which I think is pretty neat. Then you want to flip that around, and I usually flip the handlebars in like that just to form some kind of neat little design. And there you have Revenge of the Fallen Chromia. She's got some weird posability, pretty standard up top for ball jointed head, ball jointed shoulders, elbow joints go up and down, giant gun arm. Part of her Mecha Live gimmick is, oh, you want to flip that down, sorry. Part of her Mecha Live gimmick is when you push this in, it, that little piece right there goes in and out and kind of looks like it's moving, but really not the best Mecha Live gimmick in the entire world. I would much rather have had the packaging said this came with a spinning gear Mecha Live gimmick, and I cannot find that anywhere on this figure other than they were talking about this. This is on a spring-loaded joint, but it doesn't move automatically or anything. Anyway, back to posability. This is where it gets weird. Her elbow bends out like that and in like that, which is kind of weird, but the plus side of it is that it gives that gun a whole lot of posability. One thing I do complain about in the gun, well actually I have two things to complain about, is that this thing cannot flip back like I thought it would. When I first saw pics of the toy, I thought that this maybe could fold down and look a little bit more like a real gun. It's a lot fatter than the concept art has it, because in the concept art she basically just has all this but no blue seat on the top, at least from what I remember. And I do complain that the gun is a little bit larger, and it's at a permanent bend. It cannot bend down all the way, and really the only way she can hold it straight is really just like shooting across her chest like that, which kind of looks like something out of, I don't know, maybe a Metroid game or something. But enough about the arm. She can't stand freely. Even if you put her up against a wall, she's still gonna fall down, which is why it came with this stand, and you still plug it in right there. Sometimes it can be a little tricky. There you go. Mine is a little uneven. It's always leaning to the side, to the right side a bit. I don't know if that's a problem with the stand itself or maybe just the figure. But you can get some pretty cool poses out of her when she's on this stand. It's a really, really nice figure. I definitely recommend it. I'm kind of iffy about the RC figure. I'm gonna personally have to see her in a store to decide whether to buy her or not. I mean, the robot mode, unlike most people when they saw it, I didn't hate it. I kind of liked it, and the fact that you can make her somewhat straight when you pose her is kind of nice, so I think I'm gonna get her. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna have to see it in the store. But we're talking about Chromia, and Chromia is just an excellent, excellent figure. I love Chromia. Again, Shock Prime 98, you really hooked me with this one. I love this figure. It really, really is cool. And there you have it. Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Chromia.